First of all, what I have to say is I'm here today to give glory to God. I would not be here, I would be a nobody if I would be alive at all today, if God wasn't in my life. This powerful, awesome God that we all have, or I hope you all come to find if you haven't quite got it there yet. I suppose I'd better start right at the start. When I grew up, I never felt like I fitted in. I could never put my finger on it. I could never tell you why, but I've always felt different. Sometimes I put it on the excuse that I was tall for my age. Other times it might be because I was in and out of hospital for other problems I had. But I know that it was just that I would never have fitted in. Whatever I was, whoever I was, I would never have fitted in at that point in my head. I remember when I was 8 having my first drink with my parents. Now, I say a drink, it was probably mainly orange juice with a little bit of something in the bottom. And I can remember at that time thinking, wow, this is what changes your feelings? Now, I don't know where I got that from. I've come from a home, I'm very fortunate to come from a home with 2 very loving parents and an elder brother and sister. So I really don't know why I was as I was, but I was. When I was 12, I started having mental health problems. Well, what were thought to be mental health problems at the time, but I now have come to an understanding that was untreated alcoholism. I was an alcoholic waiting to happen, and I believe that from the day I was born, I was an alcoholic waiting to happen. So I left school when I was 14 and went to a child and adolescent unit, and I loved it because I could be centre of attention. In my family's life, everything in their life stopped because I was centre of attention. And I didn't care. I didn't care that I was ruining my mum and dad's lives and my sisters and brothers' lives. I didn't care that my dad had to go on to Prozac because of my behaviour. As far as I was concerned, as long as I was centre of attention, that was good by me. As long as I was God, that was good by me. And as long as everybody did what I asked them to do. I went to Berkshire College of Agriculture and did animal care, and that was when my drinking probably started. I was a resident there, so of course I wasn't under mummy and daddy's thumb anymore, and I could do what I liked, and I partied. As I say, I drank and I drank and I drank. I would think nothing of sending my friends when they were going for their pint of milk at the shop with money to go and get me my drink, because they had a car so they could carry more back than I could. So I have some fun times when I was drinking. I have some fun memories of dancing on the tables, doing ABBA karaoke. But very soon, what I thought was my best friend bit me on the bottom, and it caused me so many problems. After I left college, I ended up in a mental health hospital in Basingstoke for just over a year. And at that point, my psychiatrist, who had been involved in my life quite a lot, turned round to my parents and said, let her go. Just let her go. Let her do what she needs to do, because you're enabling her. And it was the hardest things my parents had to do, but I thank them for that. I really do. You have to understand, I come from a non-Christian family, but I am so glad they did that. It was it was God working in them, through them, for me. After I came out of hospital, I wasn't allowed to live with my parents, so the hospital helped me find some accommodation in Basingstoke. So, again, let loose on my own. I was at the top of Basingstoke town and my drinking really took off. And although I wasn't a daily drinker, my binges were coming closer and closer together. I hated life, I hated myself. I couldn't look in the mirror. I covered all the mirrors up in my house. I could not look in the mirror. I just could not see past this person that I didn't like, but I didn't know how to do anything about it. When I was in Parklands, my friend was going out every Tuesday evening with this group of people and coming back and telling me what a wonderful time she'd had. And I asked her one day, and she said, well, I'm going to an alpha group. I thought, oh, and she said, oh, and you get a free meal. So I thought, brilliant. I'm going to go on this alpha course just so that I can get out of here on a Tuesday night, because I was still at the mental health hospital, and have a good old nosh up, because the food was absolutely pants in the hospital. So I did. Unbeknownst to me at that time, the seed was being planted in me, because although I didn't find God at that time, and I actually ended up in prison not soon after that, in 2003, in October 2003, I ended up in Holloway prison. And I came back out and reoffended and ended up in style, because like Bob before, I wanted to run away. I thought, if I go up to Liverpool after being in Holloway, nobody knows me in Liverpool, so my life will be so much easier. But I didn't realise at that time I couldn't run away from the main problem, which was me. I could not run away from me. And within 6 hours of being in Liverpool, I reoffended. I ended up in style. Then I came home, lasted 2 weeks, and ended up back in Holloway. When I was first in Holloway, the Catholic priest had got wind that somebody had planted a seed in me. So when he saw me the second time, he used to sit outside my prison door and read the Bible to me. And for a long time, I just used to hurl abuse at him and not be nice at all to him. And then one day, 4 weeks before I was due to come out, I said to him, "Malcolm, you do realise if I do find a faith, it's going to be none of your Catholic rubbish." And I'm sorry if that offends anybody here, that's how I was at the time. "It's going to be none of your Catholic rubbish." And he turned around and said to me, "I don't want to convert you to Catholicism, I want you to find God." And I just went,